Well, it's good afternoon and welcome back once again, folks. And if you're thinking to yourself, oh my word, what's Rich up to? Well, yep, I'm going to put this one on eBay today and we're going to have a check around. Now, the reason why I put it on this ramp here, folks, is because I can actually show you underneath this vehicle a bit better than just rummaging around on the grass in the open field. Anyway, this is a 2004. It's the Toyota Tacoma. This one is the SR5. It features a 4-cylinder engine, automatic transmission, and of course, is rear-wheel drive. Now the vehicle itself, folks, it's wholesale. It's in nice clean condition. Does have a couple of imperfections you can see as we walk around, mainly a couple of dimples on the driver's side, but I'll tell you what, it's a nice clean truck. And of course it runs and drives. We could do with a service, and of course the check engine light is on. Now there is a code. If you check out the eBay listing itself, I put a photograph of that code today on the diagnostic tool that I pulled, and I think it's a P0135. It's the heater circuit on the oxygen sensor, so it might be worth checking that out. Of course, those of you who are familiar with tinkering around with vehicles will know that's probably not a big deal. Now the vehicle does have good wheels, good tyres. Also we do have a drop-in bed liner. And of course the great thing about a Toyota, folks, it's going to last you a very, very long time. Now the mileage on this, I'm not sure if I told you, but just over 140,000. This is a fresh trade here at the Preston Autoplex. And of course is being sold as is, wholesale. So if you've been after one of these vehicles for quite some time, then this could be the one you've been looking for. Now, let me start at the front end here, so we can have a slow look around. Pretty tidy truck these things are, and oddly enough, folks, I've sold a number of these over the years, especially to North Africa. A couple of them went to Libya, and I even sold a Toyota Tacoma to a church in the Congo. Can you believe that? Well, it's just one of the many things that I can do. Anyway, steel wheels, but check a look at these tyres here, folks. These are general tyres, about I'd say about 50% of tread life left. And of course these are all matching tyres. The vehicle does have a couple of dings. We have one right here, okay, and there's also one right there. I'm sure you can see that. And of course the roof itself in good condition. Now let's hang on, that's actual fact, folks, before I get ahead of myself, let's have a good old look around. So let's go back the other way. And of course the great thing is about me having a good old look around underneath these vehicles is you get to see what I can see. But let's take a closer look. Now, starting at the front end here, folks, you can see the chassis is all solid. And of course the 4-cylinder engine, as you know, if you know your Toyotas, lasts a very, very long time. Let me just poke my camera underneath here, folks. Now I was thinking about turning the camera upside down, but that means you'd have to turn your monitor upside down to see what's going on. But we can take a slow look down here. These are very, very strong trucks. Now the vehicle does have a couple of stone chips. The interior itself, let's have a look here. Manual windows, manual locks, less to go wrong. It's pretty clean, could do with a bit of a rub-a-dub-dub with some carpet cleaner. And there we go. Of course it's the grey Velar upholstery. There is some light wear patches on the seats as expected. So let's jump in and figure out how this beast runs. Well, you have to bear with me a moment, folks, because I have a pocket full of stuff that I'm going to mess around with. Let's check out this door panel here. Again, typical Toyota build quality, very, very sturdy. Let's just take a quick look in the back seat here, folks. Now these are kids' seats, bearing in mind. It's pretty clean. The headliner's pretty clean too. And let's find out what this one is made of. Let me just take a quick look under that mat here, folks, because you know what? Last thing we'll do is buy a car with a hole in the carpet. Alright, so we're in the Tacoma. Let's start it up. Of course, we have the parking brake on at the moment, which is located down there. And also we have the transmission in P. So let's see if it starts up. Now, as I said before, folks, the check engine light is on. Okay. But if you'd like to see the code on that, then just go to the YouTube listing and have a look. In actual fact, the mileage on this, 144,347. Alright, just take that off. And down we go. Now this vehicle, folks, remember, if you're a Maryland buyer, the vehicle has to be inspected here, because in Maryland, dealers like ourselves, we have to give an implied warranty, even on wholesale vehicles, so it's in our interest to inspect it. But please do call if you have any questions. Christian on that, 1-800-655-3764. And there we go. Now let's just give the brakes a quick test here, folks. Up to like 20 miles an hour, as you can see. No hands on the steering wheel. There you go. Now let me just see what I got in my pocket, folks, because I always carry these things around on me. Now this little gadget here, I brought this off Amazon.com a couple of years ago. If I plug it into the cigar lighter, it's going to tell us the voltage output on the alternator, which registers 14 volts. So anything over 12 volts is a good one. So we know the old charging system is working well. And also have this little gadget from Harbor Freight. This is actually non-contact thermometer. Now, bearing in mind, folks, the air conditioning is off at the moment. Let me just turn that off. And you can see now with the air conditioning off, it's running about 56 degrees, around about that. Okay, air conditioning is off. Let's put it on and see where it goes. The compressor cycling, folks, and I've got to tell you, the air does get quite cold in this vehicle. So there you go. At least you're going to get a truck where the air conditioning works, and also the alternator is good. Now, the vehicle will need a service, okay, and it will need a bit of a clean, but it does run and drive. The body works good. And let me just worm my way around the Autoplex a bit here, folks, and I'll tell you what I do. I've got another gadget in my pocket that I brought off eBay. See, I do a lot of shopping online, and we can have a slow meander around. Now, I have to be careful here, folks. Now, this is my Pro Gauge 2. It's a paint thickness gauge. It's about 60 bucks, and basically stick it onto the panels, and they should all work out roughly the same thickness of paint. These are really, really handy in the car business. Of course, the worst thing is when you get to a panel that's been stuffed full of filler, it won't stick to it whatsoever. Now, you're supposed to do this really slow, folks, but I'm sure the video, you don't want to watch a video of me poking every panel over and over again, but it's going to give you some idea, you know, of the overall quality of this vehicle. So, all good so far. And I've got to tell you, folks, my Ranger that I have does have a wee bit of filler on it, and this always picks it out. And there we go. I bet some of you out there thinking to yourself, Richie must be crazy, mate, doing all this stuff just for a wholesale piece, but there you go. Anyway, a couple of chips over here, and of course there's a chip in the windshield right there. So if you come from a state where they don't like chips in the windshield, might need to put one in there. Anyway, give us a call, folks, on this one, 1-800-655-3764. Remember, this vehicle is being sold as is, where is, at the Preston Autoplex in Maryland. But if you've been after a Toyota, and I know that they're very, very popular, this could be the one for you. Again, 1-800-655-3764. Ask to speak to Christian. Apart from that, have a wonderful day. Hey, and thanks for watching.